Hello dear friends, it's me Mohit, and it's a cold day in November over here today, which is why I've got my jacket on. And if like me you're also in the northern hemisphere of the globe, then it's a cold day for most of us. Now today's topic is known for its confusing nature because it's got two expressions which are very similar in writing, however quite different in meanings. It's versus its. So let's see what all the confusion is all about. Alright, so first I'm going to begin with the explanation and differences between the two versions, and then I'm going to quickly follow that up with the smart little memory aid that's going to help you ascertain the correct use of both the expressions. Over here, we begin with the expression with the apostrophe, which is it''s. Now, what is it''s? It essentially is a contraction, my dear friends. A contraction is quite simply a short form or a clubbing of two words together. So over here, the expansion of its with the apostrophe comes out as it is as well as it has. However, in this video, we're going to be focusing on its more common use, which is it is. Let's have a look at the structures over here. So you've got it is, which is essentially the personal pronoun it clubbed with the form of be, which is. You've got it has, which is the clubbing of the personal pronoun it with the auxiliary verb has. And this brings me to the usage. Now, since you've already come to know that it's with the apostrophe ends up meaning it is, so we use it to describe what things are. Or in other words, we use it's with the apostrophe to describe something about a thing, animal, or an abstract entity. Now, you're clear about things and animals. Now, abstract entities are all the concepts of the mind, such as feelings, emotions, ideas, all these things which do not possess a physical form. So if you wish to express something about a thing, animal, or sentiments, you're going to use it's with the apostrophe. Let's illustrate that with two sentences. You've got the first sentence over here, which is it's a lovely day. You've got the apostrophe here, so this is essentially saying it is a lovely day. One more example, you have he plays the flute. It's a dulcet instrument. Now, the it's over here is referring to the flute. So you've got this as he plays the flute. It is a dulcet instrument, dulcet meaning sweet sounding. Now, over here, I have two more sentences to illustrate the use of it's with the apostrophe working as it has in the sentence. Now, a very nice recognition aid over here is that whenever you'll have it's in a sentence working as it has, it will most probably be followed by the past participle of get, which is got. So whenever you have it's working as it has, it will most likely be followed by a got. So this predominantly is a British usage. Nonetheless, it helps keep things simple and natural and keep the confusion away, because whenever you have that got in the sentence, then your it's in the it's preceding it will definitely be an it has instead of the it is. So over here, perhaps I'm talking about an animal. You've got it's got 4 legs, which is to say it has got 4 legs. And now the final example, another one for it has. You've got it's been a long day. You can also use it's as it has in conjunction with been, the past participle of go. So when you've had a long, tiring day, so what do you say? It's been a long day, which is another way of saying it has been a long day. And that's the entire explanation regarding it's with the apostrophe. Now let's go ahead and move to the other version, which is it's minus the apostrophe. Let's go. Alright, so now on to the usage of it's without the apostrophe. Now, as opposed to its counterpart with the apostrophe, which is used to express what things are, we use it's without the apostrophe to express whose things are. For instance, if I want to ask a question, whose pen is this? The answer would be it's his, because the pen belongs to him. So we use it's in the sentence, and we're not going to use an apostrophe with that. With this, I come to the usage and meaning of it's without the apostrophe. So this in grammar is a possessive determiner, which is to say that it's used to express things which belong to or are associated with a thing previously mentioned in the sentence. Let's take some examples at this point. We've got the bird flew to its nest. Now over here, the it's is used to refer to the bird, and since the nest belongs to the bird, we've got its nest in the sentence without the apostrophe. A similar example, we've got when we saw the house, we were impressed by its design. Over here as well, the it refers to the house, and since the design belongs to the house, we're going to use its design. And once again over here, you've got the absence of the apostrophe. And that quite simply is the usage of its without the apostrophe. Now you could have easily referred a dictionary or perhaps consulted the internet to find out the difference. So why the video? Well, I assure you I'm going to make it worth your while by sharing that memory trick that we talked about. But before that, we need to get to the bottom of the cause why this innocent error or this mix-up is committed in the first place. Now let's have a look over here. Now, the reason why I call this error innocent is for the reason that most common nouns in English do utilize the apostrophe before the S to express possession. For example, if something is of the girl or belongs to the girl, it's going to be written as the girls with the apostrophe. We've got something belonging to the boy, that's going to be the boys with the apostrophe again. And finally, you've got something belonging to a car, and that too is the cars with the apostrophe, meaning of the car. Now, what this does is this cajoles the user into believing that if something belongs to it, that too will be expressed with the usage of the apostrophe in the expression its, which is exactly where mistakes begin to happen. Now, what you need to do over here is apply the trick, which is break the pattern. Now, what you've been observing with girls, boys, and cars is not to be done with its. Now, in order for its to express the meaning of belonging to it, you need to take away that apostrophe from there, resulting in its. Now, this its minus the apostrophe is going to have the same connotation, or it's going to convey the same meaning as would be conveyed by girls and boys with the apostrophe. And that quite simply is the rule, breaking the pattern. Let's see this trick at work in a real life example. Say you're writing about a house and you want to mention about its walls. Now, when you want to write its walls, you are worried whether to use the apostrophe or not to use it. Now, what you need to do over here is that you need to go through this technique in your mind. You're going to ask yourself that if something belongs to a girl, that's going to be girls with the apostrophe. If something belongs to a boy, that too is going to be boys with the apostrophe. But remember, when it comes to it, now in this case, you're talking about a house. A house is the equivalent of it. So that's where you need to remember to break the pattern, and breaking the pattern makes you remove that apostrophe. So you're going to write very comfortably and safely its walls without the apostrophe, which is going to end up meaning the walls of the house. And that's quite simply how you remove that error. So this will fix your troubles with it's without the apostrophe. And since once you master or you become comfortable in one version, you automatically become friendly with the other version. That's the one with the apostrophe. So if it's without the apostrophe means something belonging to something, it with the apostrophe can only have two meanings, which are left over here, which is it is and it has. And that quite simply sums up the difference between it's with and without the apostrophe. Now, at this point, what I'd like you to do is seek to the beginning of this video, go through that introduction once again with subtitles, and see if this learning has worked for you. Well, I sure have had a great time. I hope you have had too. If you've had so, then go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back with more useful stuff. Till then, thank you for your support. Keep watching. See you soon.